Okay, so this is part 2 of the Dayan Master Skewb. May look a little bit different just because I've rescanned a little bit just to make it a little bit more difficult for demonstration purposes. But basically what we're looking at is everything is still the same as we left off as far as these corners are in their correct orientations, and then everything in between is color coordinated. So we still have all our greens, our yellows, whites, blues, reds, and oranges. And all I did was scramble up these corners here. Okay, so we're going to start off with the white on top. Okay, and basically what we're looking to do is we want to orientate this so that the white corners are facing upwards. However, in this case, we have yellow and yellow here. Okay, so we need to have these yellows on the bottom and then the whites replace those. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this white right here. This white, red, and green belongs right here, right? So to be able to swap this corner with this corner, all we're going to do is up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down. So it's up, up, down, down 3 times. That swapped out these corners. And this corner came up for the ride as well because whatever you do, so when we did these corners here swapped, right? So this corner here was actually over here. So this corner here was actually over here. So when it swapped, it went from here to here. That's why it's ended up in its correct position up here. So basically what you're looking at here is 4 white corners, okay? And then on the bottom, when you flip the cube over, you want 4 yellows, and make sure that if it's not yellow, just go ahead and turn it so that it's yellow right there. And that's how you orientate the cube to make it into a solvable state. And we want to keep it in a solvable state by when we place these edge pieces, we're going to do deep cuts and shallow cuts, okay? But remember, anytime you dyno something, you want to dyno it back. So this piece is actually placed correctly. Let's go ahead and see if we can find another white edge piece that we can place. And you can hold it any which way you want. So there's no right way, there's no wrong way of holding this cube. It's just whatever way feels comfortable, most comfortable for you. So let's go ahead and see if we can put this piece right there. So we're going to do that with deep cuts and shallow cuts, like I said before. And I'm going to hold it just like this. I'm going to go, that's a shallow cut, deep cut, shallow cut, deep cut. Okay. And that place that piece right there. Let's see if we can find another, here's a white green. This white green belongs right here. We're going to do it the exact same way. We're just going to hold it like this. Shallow cut, deep cut, shallow cut, deep cut. Okay. Last one is the yellow or white orange. It belongs right here. Now, sometimes you have to get it closer, right? So it's not going to actually work from here. So we could do a setup move, right? And we could just do that as a setup move, right? But you have to remember that you have to undo that setup move. You don't typically have to do this, but in this case we do. So it's a deep cut, shallow cut, deep cut, shallow cut, and then undo the setup move. Okay, and you know that you did the setup move correctly. When all these things line up. Now you may have knocked a piece out, and we did. No big deal. We could replace that just by simply shallow cut, deep cut, shallow cut, deep cut. Okay, and that was an extreme case that you have to do like a setup move just to be able to get a piece in. But I'm glad it happened. So we just covered it. No big deal. That piece is in its correct spot. That piece is in its correct spot. How about this one and this one? So let's go ahead and work on putting this piece right here. So green, orange goes right here. We'll do that with a shallow cut, deep cut, return with a shallow cut, return with a deep cut. That piece is placed correctly. This piece goes right here. This case is a deep cut, shallow cut, return with a deep cut, return with a shallow cut. Okay, and that piece is placed correctly. So if you look at the cube, the top is correct, the middle is correct, and now we're just going to flip the cube upside down so that we have white on the bottom, and we're going to look at these corner pieces right here. Well, of course, none of those are correct because none of those are yellow. So we're going to have to start placing something. Anything will do. We'll see if we can put this piece right there. So deep cut, shallow cut, deep cut, shallow cut. Okay, and look around the cube, see if you've messed anything up. And we did. We knocked this one out. So let's go ahead and replace that. We'll do a... this piece goes right here, so we're going to go shallow cut, deep, shallow, deep. Okay, let's see. I knocked that one back out, so that's not going to work. Let's see if we can put this green one in. Turn and return. That's good. Did knock one out. No big deal. Let's see if we can put this one back in. That one's in. This one goes here. Okay, and just like that, we have all these in. This is in. We're looking at a situation where you have 1, 2, 3 that are out. One is in. You find the one that has the furthest distance to travel. So it's the yellow blue. It has to travel from here to here to here to be correct. So we're going to meet it in the middle. Right? So deep, shallow, return the deep, return the shallow. And just like that, all these pieces are in. Right? So if you look at from the top, this is all correct. This is correct, 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 and correct. If you look from the sides, that's correct, that's correct, that's correct, that's correct. And from the bottom, that's correct, that's correct. This is correct, and so is this. Okay, cool. So now you have to have faith that the cube is still in a solvable state, and it is. It looks like it's not because this is turned off and this is turned off, that's turned off. That's not, but don't worry, everything is cool. Just as long as when you did a dyno move and you return that dyno move, the cube is still being a solvable state. And there's no chance of parity either, so you just have to work with the cube, and it'll finally, it'll work itself out where all these pieces will get into their correct spots, all the edge pieces. Okay, cool. So next part that we want to do is we need to do setup moves to be able to get swap pieces out. All right, so for example, we're going to rotate this because we want to put this piece right here, so that'll be correct between the two reds. This will come over here and be wrong. Don't worry about that. We can't get a double every time. Keep that to your right, and we're going to go up, up, down, down. Take your left thumb, put it right here on this piece right here. Turn it so that it's on your left-hand side, and then up on the left, up on the right, down on the left, down on the right, and then just undo your setup move. And it's so easy to know, where it is because it's going to be white to white. Okay, so these two whites specifically to these two whites on the white side. That was the setup move, right? So easy. We can, we don't even have to do any setup moves. If you just want to swap two pieces, let's just want to swap these two pieces, keep them on this plane right here. Okay, and then just go up, up, down, down, turn, and up, up, down, down. You don't have to turn anything back because there was no setup move. But what this allowed us to do was do a setup move, okay, and we get a double bubble where this blue will come here and be between these two blues, and this white will come here and be between these two whites, and that's your double bubble right there. So we want to switch those two pieces, keep them to your right, up, up, down, down, put your thumb right there, turn, up, up, down, down, and then return the setup move, okay? Make sure these tips are, where they're supposed to be. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and put this white right there. Up, up, down, down, turn, up, up, down, down, and return the setup move. Easy. We can put this red right there. It just quickly falls into place. I mean, it's very basic. Put your thumb right there, turn, up, up, down, down, return with the setup move. There it is. Okay, let's put this green in its correct position right there. Up, up, down, down. Put your thumb there, turn, up, up, down, down. Return the setup move. Good. We'll put this yellow right there. Beautiful. I'm going to turn that. Perfect. If you want to do a setup move where you don't switch anything, you just or no initial setup move, just piece for piece. Up, up, down, down, turn, up, up, down, down. And I did that because I want to be able to turn this so that this yellow will go over here, be correct, and this will go over here and be correct. Down, down, turn, up, up, down, down, and then return that. Okay, cool. This one can be swapped out for here and here. Down, down, turn, up, up, down, down, return this. And just like that, we're confronted with a double setup move. So turn that once, turn this one. This one's going to go here, this one's going to go here. This is a double setup move. So you have to return this side and this side. Up, up, down, down, turn, up, up, down, down. Okay, return this. That's white to white, right? And then you return this. Perfect. Okay, so now we did the setup move that, doesn't fix everything. It's going to mess something else up. So, but it sets you up for a single, right? And then that'll fix that everything up. So up, up, down, down, flip this around, up, up, down, down. Okay, then return the setup move. Perfect. Now all these faces are all complete. The only thing that's left are these corners, and just as long as you've done everything as far as returning the dino moves, because every time you do a dino move, you have to return it. Just as long as you've returned everything, the cube will still be in a solvable state. Okay, so let's go ahead and get these correct. So that's yellow, that belongs on the bottom. So obviously we have to get this piece belongs over here. Okay, so the way that we're going to get this white, red, green piece over here is basically all we're going to do is this piece belongs here. We're going to see that the piece that's facing upwards is green. Okay, so we're just going to turn this so that we have green to green. See that? See this green? We'll come over here and be correct with this green. This red will come over here and be correct with this red. Okay, so we're going to do the up, up, down, down 3 times. Up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down. Okay, that piece is correct. And then when you turn this, you'll find that this piece is correct. So that's correct, 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 correct. And when you flip it over, that's correct, that's correct. Now this piece does belong here, but I can't fix it from this spot right here. I have to move it over here so I can rotate. Okay, so let's go ahead and swap these two pieces out. Up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, and lastly, up, up, down, down. Okay, now remember, anytime you swap these two pieces, equal and opposite on the bottom will swap. Okay, so this piece and this piece swapped. But don't worry, when you swap these two back, these two will return back to their proper spots. So don't worry about those pieces on the bottom. So find, this piece right here is white. Okay, so all we're going to do is we're going to turn this so that when this white comes over here, it's going to be correct with this white. And this orange, when it comes over here, will be correct with this orange. And then these two, again, will swap back out and everything will be correct and the cube will be solved. Okay, so it's up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, and return this, and the cube is now solved. Okay, so again, this one here was the Landland Master Skewb. This is the Dayan Master Skewb. You have to know your dino moves, and you have to know the skewb or copter moves. And that's basically it. All right, so we'll see you next time on Berry Cubing 101. Take care. Bye.